Morning guys, or well, at least it is for me. This is a short video about back strength. So a sequence that we'll go through will take the back or the spine in different directions, forward, back, side to side, a little bit of twist, loosening up but also building strength so we can support ourselves, especially with all the forward hunching that we have a tendency to do. So get on your mat and I'll see you there. Okay, so for this one we're starting on hands and knees. So coming onto your hands and knees, spreading your hands wide. And there is a bit of an optical illusion. So as you line up wrist and shoulders, rather than thinking you have them lined up wrist and shoulders, an optical illusion. So you need to bring your wrists a little bit in front of your shoulders, and then there's actually going to be more alignment. Your knees underneath your hips, and you can either tuck your toes or have them pointed, depending on how you feel more balanced. And we're going to start with some spinal rolls, traditionally called cat pose and cow pose, or as I like to call it, up cat and angry cat. And we move with the breath. So as you inhale, you reach your heart forward, you lift your sacrum, shoulders back and down. And as you exhale, tuck the chin. You round your head toward your hips and make yourself the angriest cat in town. Shoot your spine up towards the ceiling. And again, rolling forward. And curling in, angry cat. 3 more times. Inhaling, rolling from the bottom, the middle, the top spine, the head lifts last. And exhale, head leads. Pushing the floor away. Inhaling. Heart forward, head lifts last. And exhaling. Angry cat. And then finding a neutral position. And neutral is where you feel like you're still puffing up your lower back a little, lifting your lower back ribs, the kidney area, that's where they live. And then from here, we're going to bring our knees together. Maybe even shuffle your hands a little closer together. And we're going to start spinal twist with a bit of balance. So keeping your right arm really nice and strong, inhaling your left arm all the way up, opening across your chest. Squeeze your inner thighs together. And as you exhale, right arm stays straight. You thread the left arm underneath and across like a needle. Keep pushing the right hand away. And then inhaling up. And across. Inhale. And across. And inhale up. Reach your hand forward. And lift your right leg. Good. Now we're going to add some more movement and balancing. So bring your knee and elbow together, round your back, and stretch out. 2 more times, knee and elbow together. Stretch out. Keep puffing your kidneys, don't spill your guts. And again, elbow, knee together, and stretch. Good. Bend your knee, just pushing the sole of your foot up towards the sky. And bring your hands to the floor. From here, you're going to turn your knee out to the side. Squeeze your right knee to your right shoulder. Stretch the leg out long. And bring the foot across to the left. Squeeze your left waist. Inhale, right knee, right shoulder. Stretch it across. Last time. And stretch. And stretch your foot all the way back. And bring the knee to the floor. Second side. So bring the hands a little closer together. We start with the left hand, inhaling, or right hand, inhaling up. And across. All the way up. And across. All the way up. Last last time, across. And then all the way up. Stretch the arm out in front. And here comes the balance. And the left leg out behind you. Good. And then elbow, knee together. And apart. Stretch. And bring it all together. And stretch yourself long. Last one. Bring it all together. Stretch it out long. Bend your knee, press your foot up towards the sky. So when we talk about back strength, of course there's all the muscles along the back, but there's also supporting muscles at the front of the body. Whoa! And your glutes. Then bring your hands down. Squeeze your knee to the left shoulder. So there's lots of stuff you can do in order to support and strengthen the back. Touch across. 2 more times. Back strength also means that we need supple spine so that the spine can move in all its directions. And taking it back, holding it, stretching it, and bring your knees to the floor. So before we head down to the mat, bring your elbows to the floor, tuck your toes, just forearm plank as you push your elbows down to the mat, lifting away. We're just going to give the spine a little bit more movement and strengthening the front of the body. So pointing your toes. And just like we did in our up cats and angry cats, tuck your chin towards your hips. Lifting your hips up high, rounding your spine, pressing the toes down, and then you're going to pull your hips forward, land them on the mat. Heart forward, sphinx pose. A bit of a deeper back bend. And then one more time. Tuck your chin, lifting up. And coming forward. And 3rd time lucky. Tucking and lifting. And coming forward. And then from here, you get to lower down onto your bellies. Hands underneath shoulders. If you need to shuffle back onto your mat. So with our core muscle switched on, our spine is even more supported. So inhale, lifting head and shoulders. Squeezing the buttocks. And lower down. This time lifting chest, head and shoulders and lifting the hands. And lower down. And lifting up. Stretch forward. And lower down. We're going to lift opposite arm and leg. Just like we did kneeling. Inhaling left arm, right leg. And down. Right arm, left leg. Inhaling up. And down. First side up. And down. Second side. And down. Now we're going to hold it just a little bit. Left arm, right leg, inhale up. Exhale here, stretching forward and back as you exhale. Then inhale, lift a little bit more. And lower down. Right arm, left leg, inhale up. And stretch as you exhale. Lift a little higher. And lower down. Keep pressing your feet down, hips down. If your lower back feels okay, we're going to lift both arms at the same time. Otherwise, bend your elbows and have your hands next to your ribs. That'll be a little bit nicer for your lower back. Inhaling up. Keep pressing your hips down, feet down. And then bend your elbows, squeeze them in. Maybe feel a little higher lift. And then you stretch your arms out. And exhale them in. And stretch them out. And in. 2 more. And if your lower back feels a little bit niggly, you stay here. Just hold your breath or just stay here and breathe. And then 2 more. Reach forward and back. Maybe for this last one you lift your legs. Reach forward and back. And then you lower all the way down. Maybe shaking your hips a little. Softening the breath. And now we're going to add a little bit more. Inhaling up. Hands lift. Arms out in front. And then bend your elbows. And then from here you're going to squeeze into the left. And inhale all the way around to the right. All the way around to the left. And all the way around to the right. And then come back to center. Stretch your hands back. And maybe lift your legs. And it's like you're trying to reach your fingers to your toes. Squeeze your shoulder blades together, like you're holding a pencil there. Squeezing your buttocks. Maybe the little fingers turn in or the palms face each other. And then gently, gently relax. You can turn an ear to the floor. You might turn your right ear this time. Softening the breath. As you lie here on your belly, let the hard floor be resistance against the breath. So you have to breathe against the weight of your body, and it helps to release your diaphragm a little more. The diaphragm has to work to lift the body on the inhale, but then the body is your exhale, so the diaphragm can let completely go. Okay, we've got 2 more things to do. So, head on the floor. And from here, lifting your arms, your shoulders, your head. Interlace your fingers. Squeezing the pencil. Maybe bend your elbows. Might not look like my elbows are bent, but I'm doing my absolute best to bend them. And then lifting your legs. Can you lift your hands away from your butt? And then even with the elbows bending, the upper arms are trying to pull apart, trying to open across the chest. And reach my knuckles towards the heels. You hold it here for a few breaths. See if you can breathe. Very important. And then you gently release. Turn the other ear to the floor. Let yourself flop a bit. Breathing all the way down to your lower back. And using the breath to massage your lower, middle, and upper back. Okay. Last time. Bring your head to the floor. This time you start by lifting your legs. Stretch your legs long. And you're going to bend your legs. This might already feel hard enough. If that's the case, that's cool. Stay here. Otherwise, lifting your head and shoulders, and then lift your hands. But we're not going to hold onto the ankles. We just want to reach back, squeeze your shoulder blades together, lift your feet up, reach back, and breathe. And gently release. You can even rest your head on your hands this time, either flat palms or fists. Taking a few breaths here, again just letting everything soften. Now what's really, really nice after a back bend is puppy stretch or down dog. So you're going to bring your hands next to your shoulders, you're going to tuck your toes, and you're going to push up to your tabletop. And I think it's nice and juicy, just because it's morning, to stay in my puppy stretch. So my toes are tucked under, getting a stretch into my feet and my Achilles. And I'm going to stretch my hands out forward. And I'm reaching my hands out as long as they've ever been. And my hips are trying to pull back. And I'm pushing my hands down, but trying to lift my elbows. So I don't want my elbows on the floor, I want to lift them away from the mat. Stretching your spine out long, long, long. Tug of war between the hands and the hips. Who's going to win? And then coming up. And one last posture to release it all. You might like to sit on something. A block or a book or a folded blanket. So stretching your right leg out. So even if you're sitting on the block, you can have your knee bent. Starting with the right side, holding on to a little energy ball. Then we're going to do a half figure of 8. So inhale, right shoulder, right elbow up to the side. And as you exhale, reach your elbow forward. And then with your inhale, sweep your left arm wide. Scoop up along the outer edge of the leg. And you're back at center. So you can do all of that with that breathing that we just did. So it's more 4 stages. Or we can do it more continuous. Inhaling up, right shoulder, right elbow. Exhale, reach forward. Inhale, sweeping from the little toe to the hip. And you keep lifting all the way up. Last time, exhale forward. Sweep and scoop up. And release. Inhale your hands all the way up, changing the position of your legs. And bring your hands down. Maybe you can help the foot into position then. Left side, inhaling up. And exhale forward. Right arm sweeps and scoops. And we continue. Lifting up. And forward. Inhaling, scoop. Last round up. And exhale forward. Sweep and scoop. And you're back at center. Inhaling all the way up. And just come into crossed legs if that's comfortable, or any other comfortable seated position. Bring your hands down. One more. Reaching up. And down. Third time lucky, as we've been doing most of the sequence, or most of the practices. Sweeping up. And then bring your hands down, just resting a moment with your thumbs against your heart. And letting everything settle. Feeling your spine nice and long, your back strong, front body supporting you, your heart open. Shoulders more in position. And when you're ready, opening your eyes. Thank you for joining me. Namaste.